Hi, Jamie here from PaperCut. Today we're going to take a look at configuring the email to print service for IMAP OAuth for Microsoft 365. In this video, we will cover the Azure application registration, enabling IMAP on the email to print account, and configuring the email to print service within PaperCut. Let's start with the Azure application registration. In the Azure Active Directory Admin Center, head to Azure Active Directory, App Registrations, and select New Registration. Give your Azure application a name. For example here, I'm going to call mine PaperCut Email to Print. Once named, leave everything else as default and hit Register. Once registered, head to the Authentication tab under Manage for the application and ensure that Allow Public Client Flows is enabled and set to Yes, and hit Save. Head back over to the Overview tab and be sure to take note or copy out the Application Client ID and the Directory Tenant ID, as we'll need them later on in the process. Now let's take a look at enabling IMAP on the dedicated email to print account. In the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, find the account you wish to use for this service. Head over to the Mail tab, head over to Manage Email Apps, and ensure IMAP is selected and hit Save. Please remember this account will need a valid licensed mailbox. Now let's take a look at configuring the email to print service in PaperCut. In the PaperCut admin interface, head to Enable Printing, Mobile and BYOD, and scroll down to Email to Print and Enable. Once enabled, it's time to fill in the details. Let's start with the host. In this case, it will be outlook.office365.com. Leave the port as 993. Enter the username, which is the email address of the dedicated account you have set up. From here, we are going to enter the application client ID and the directory tenant ID, which are available from the App Registration Overview page in Azure. These are the same ones you copied in part 1. Once you've input the details, head down to the bottom and hit Apply. Head back down to Email to Print and wait for the status to change to Waiting to Sign In. You may want to hit the refresh button. Once presented with these sign-in options, open the Microsoft link in a new tab. Here you will be prompted for a unique secure code. The code can be found here. At this point, it is imperative that you authenticate with the same dedicated account which you specified in the email to print setup. This cannot be an alternative or administrator account. Once authenticated, close the browser window and head back to the PaperCut admin interface. Hit the refresh button until you see a status of OK. Once you see OK, scroll down, hit Apply, and you're good to go.